everyone! Thank you so much for joining me today and checking out my yoga YouTube channel. I'm a certified 200-hour yoga teacher registered under Yoga Alliance. My practice is primarily rooted in Hatha and Vinyasa influences. Today's flow is going to be a 30-minute accessible yoga flow, all about just moving the body and tapping into yourself. So first, we're going to start off with our pranayama, grounding into our mind, body, and breath. On our next inhale, we're going to shrug the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, rolling them down and back, opening through the heart space. And here, just begin to notice your breath. We're going to move into a gentle pranayama, tapping into box breathing. That entails inhaling for a count of 4, holding that breath at the top for 4, exhaling for 4, holding that breath at the bottom for 4. And we continue with this sequence. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So on our next inhale, we take a nice deep breath. Audible exhale, sigh it out. 2 more just like this. Inhale. Sigh it out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Now we inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take in a little extra air here. Sip it in. Exhale, sigh it out. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm and pace, noticing any changes that we have noticed. Here we can set an intention for our practice. This could be something completely curated for us, or it could be something as simple as just moving your body. Here, tap into that and notice what you want to focus on today. On our next inhale, we're going to bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, we take a gentle twist to our left side. Left fingertips tent behind us, acting as that second spine. Right palm can fall on the left knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, find release. Inhale, find length. Exhale, release. Inhale finds our length. Exhale brings us back to center. Take a seated cat-cow. We can return through a neutral spine, and on our inhale, we shrug those shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, rolling them down and back. Inhale, arms can come up and overhead. Exhale, we twist to our right side. Right fingertips tent behind us, acting as that second spine. Left palm is on that right knee. Inhale to find length. Exhale to find release. Inhale for length. Exhale for release. Inhale, length. Exhale brings us back to center. Take another cat-cow. Coming back through a neutral spine, we can bring our fingertips pointing towards our glutes, hands behind us. Soles of the feet come hip-width distance apart. Inhale through center. Exhale, they fall down. Inhale through center. Exhale, they fall down. Inhale through center. Exhale, they fall down. Continue with these windshield wipers at your own breath, your own pace. When we feel ready, bringing those knees up through center. Take a moment to connect with yourself. Give yourself a nice big hug. Say something kind to yourself. Slowly we can start to rock and roll, massaging the length of our spine as we do so. Eventually we can fall back onto our back, bringing the knees into our chest. We begin to draw circles with the knees, massaging this lower spine. We can reverse the direction of this movement. And on our next inhale, we can hug those knees into the chest, giving ourselves another big hug. And here, moving into a rock and roll, eventually meeting in tabletop at our own pace. As we settle in through tabletop, bringing our palms directly under our shoulders, our knees directly under our hips, fingertips splayed wide. Inhale, we drop the stomach, bring the gaze up to the sky. Exhale, pushing away the earth, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, drops the stomach, brings the gaze high. Exhale, pushes the earth away. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Continue with these cat-cows at our own breath, our own pace. Meeting in a neutral spine. On our next inhale, we're going to engage the core as though you're visualizing zipping up a pair of jeans. On our exhale, we can release that engagement. Inhale to engage. Exhale to release. Inhale to engage. Exhale, release. Inhale, engage. Exhale, release. Inhale, engage. Exhale, release. Take another cat-cow. Tucking the toes, we're slowly going to inch our way over this toe space, opening through our feet. This posture might be uncomfortable, but should not bring any pain. So come right out of it into tabletop if it does. Taking one more breath here. And on our exhale, we can come forward into our tabletop, untucking the toes, tapping them out, releasing any tension built up in the feet. Tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands. And one vertebrae at a time, we're gonna rise high. We're gonna take a couple moments to tap into our body. Just dropping into your heels on the beat. Maybe we play around with dancing a little here. Slowly, we can slow down our movements, coming into Tadasana on our mat, arms down by our side. Inhale brings our arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dives us forward. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, we fold forward here, grabbing opposite elbow. Allow your spine to hang and decompress. Bending generously into the knees. Allow gravity to do the work for you. We can roll up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling our shoulders up, down, and back, opening through our heart. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to our plank. Inhale, shifts forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, we squeeze the back, coming through cobra. Exhale, return to the earth. Inhale, we press up to tabletop. Exhale, we tuck the toes, sending the hips up and back. Take a moment within your downward dog. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Bend generously into the knees, pressing through all 10 finger pads. Relax the shoulders into their sockets. Option to play around with walking your dog here. And on our inhale, we can rise onto the toes, bending into the knees. Exhale, steps us forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring it all the way high. Exhale, we lift the chest, opening through the heart space, cactusing the arms. Rising the arms high on our inhale, we swan dive forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, fingertips blade wide, stepping back to our plank. Inhale, shifts forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, squeezes the back together. Exhale, returning to the earth. Inhale, pressing back to our tabletop. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back to the sky. Inhale, we rise onto our toes, bending into our knees. Exhale, steps us forward. Inhale, rise flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring the arms high. Exhale, we cactus the arms, lift the chest. Inhale, we rise the arms high. Exhale, we sink the hips low, bring the arms up and overhead. Flexing the toes up to the face and pressing down through our big toe, pinky toe, and our heel, creating a tripod-like stance within our feet. On our next inhale, we can bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping back to our plank. This plank can be supported or unsupported, dropping the knees if you need a little support. Inhale, shifts forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, squeezes the back together. Exhale, returns us to the earth. Inhale, we press back to our tabletop. Exhale, we tuck the toes, sending the hips up and back. On our next inhale, we can inhale the right leg high, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. We can step it forward, making sure our knee is over our ankle. And we can rise up into crescent lunge. Arms come up and overhead. On our exhale, we can open out into warrior two. That back foot can be parallel or slightly pointed inward. We have a slight bend in our back leg as though to not stress the knee joint too much. Our gaze is over our front middle finger. On our next inhale, we can reach forward. Exhale, reversing our warrior, opening through this right side body. On our next exhale, we windmill out, back into our warrior two. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, right elbow can hook on our right knee. Left arm comes up and overhead, side angle. Option to stay here, or if you want a little extra core work, you can envision grabbing a beach ball up and overhead, engaging your core. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale rises us up, extending that front leg. Toe healing the back foot, shortening our stance. arms come out to a T. Inhale, reaches forward till we cannot anymore. Exhale, opening out to triangle pose. This is a great option to have some blocks. Look up, is that left arm stacked over the right? On our next inhale, we can rise back up, coming back into our crescent lunge. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale, we frame the front foot, stepping back to our plank. Option to drop the knees or keep them high. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, squeezes the shoulder blades together. Exhale, returns us to the earth. Inhale, we press back to tabletop. Exhale, we tuck the toes, sending the hips up and back to the sky. Take a moment here. On our next inhale, we inhale our left leg high, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping it forward. Make sure that knee is over the ankle. And we can rise up to our warrior one, our crescent lunge. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Envision pushing right hip forward, left hip back so that the hips are in line with one another. If you need some more stability, you can widen the stance of your lunge. On our exhale, we open out into our warrior two. Back foot is parallel or slightly pointed inwards. Our gaze is over that front middle finger. Exhale, reversing our warrior, opening through our left side. On our next exhale, returning to warrior two. Inhale, we reach forward till we cannot anymore. Exhale, left elbow hooks on the left knee. Inhale, right arm up and overhead. Option to stay here or bring that left arm up, envisioning grabbing that beach ball if you want a little extra core work. We stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rises us high. Toe heel that back foot inwards, shortening the stance. Setting up for our triangle pose, bringing a block on the inside of that left foot if we feel called to it. Our arms come out to a T as we inhale the left arm forward. Exhale, opening out into our triangle pose. Look up at your right hand. Is your arm stacked over your left? floor rises us high. And we move back into crescent lunge where we started. Inhale, the arms come high up overhead. Exhale, they frame the front foot. We can step back to our plank here. Option to drop those knees for some extra support. Inhale, shifts forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, we squeeze the shoulder blades together, shining the heart forward. Exhale, returns us to the earth. Inhale, we press back to our tabletop. Exhale, tuck the hips, toes, send the hips up and back. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head now. Inhale, we come high onto our toes, bending into our knees. Exhale, stepping us forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, root to rise, bring arms up and overhead. Exhale, we cactus arms, lift the chest. Inhale, the arms up high. Exhale, we sink the hips low. Arms come overhead. Toes flex to the face and press down through that big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. Final push here. Inhale, high. Exhale, we swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to our version of plank. Inhale, shifts forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale, we squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, returning to the earth. Inhale, we press up into tabletop. On our exhale, we can come into either a close stance, child's pose, or bringing the knees wide, sinking the hips back to open through the hips. Wherever we are, grounding ourselves here. Slowly, we can press back up into tabletop, making our way to our sit bones. Take a moment, reach forward, give yourself a nice big hug here, sending yourself so much love, kindness, and gratitude. In one vertebrae at a time, lowering yourself to the earth beneath you. Option to take any final poses you'd like to explore here. On our inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Take a full body stretch as though we're waking up for the first time. Roll out those ankles and wrists. Exhale. Bring those arms down to the side. Shavasana. We can bring some gentle movements into our fingertips and toes. The arms can reach up and overhead. Take that full body stretch. Roll out the wrists and ankles. And on our exhale, hugging those knees into the chest. Giving ourselves a nice big hug. We can massage the lower spine, drawing circles with the knees one way and the other. Our next inhale, give yourself that hug. Exhale, we fall in fetal posture on whatever side we feel called to. Know that this is the posture that we all started this life in, and that each and every single day we are given, we are meant to live. We are meant to live this beautiful, ordinary, extraordinary life of ours. Slowly pushing up into seated. On our next inhale, we shrug the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, rolls them down and back. Opening through our heart space, remembering what goes around in this life comes around. Inhale, the arms come up and overhead. Exhale, the hands come third eye center, remembering to think kind thoughts to and about yourself and others. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to your lips, remembering to speak kind words to and about yourself and others. Inhale. Exhale, hands come heart center, remembering to give love, spread love, and be love. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to share this space with you. Namaste.